Jamal, good to see you again. I guess we have to start with the arm update, right? I mean, I guess it wasn't as bad as we first thought. What was the recovery like for you?
It was dislocation. It was no breaks. It kind of just popped clean out of the socket. It's been tough, you know. Anytime you coming from an injury, especially one like that, it's gonna take some time. And me not being used to dealing with injuries, being able to do whatever, whenever, you know, it was kind of hard for me. But I know I just put the work in.
Yeah.
Put the work in to get back.
Obviously, there's a physical recovery process, but I wonder, like that moment. I mean, mentally, was there like panic when you? I mean, were you seeing it all and seeing what we were seeing from the outside? Maybe like, oh my God, what am I going to have here?
I don't know. It depends on how you were saying it. Like what? Like from your perspective.
It just looks. I was like, oh my gosh, there could be some real serious damage here. This guy might be out for a while.
I thought it was broke. I thought it was broken. Just based off of how it looked. Whenever it initially happened, I didn't know it happened. You know, because just like so, the arm bar was tight. You know what I mean, he pulled off a slit. You know what I mean, smooth. He got it in there. But normally, I'm able to like kind of like relax. You know, kind of use my joint, little extra extension in my joints and things like that, and stacking. Which is why whenever I came back up, if you notice the part where people thought I was tapping, I was actually looking for my arm because normally my arm would be at a 90-degree angle. I have him bent at his abdomen. And I'm able to stack him and get out. But my elbow gave. So, and I didn't notice it. So, like, I'm reaching for my arm, and then I look, I'm like, oh, shit, he still got it. I was like, that can't be good. So, whenever I realized he still had it and I was reaching for it and it wasn't there, I'm like, that's probably not good. Then he rolled over. When he went for the triangle, I saw it. And that's when it kind of looked like a line, almost like just like where it was kind of not attached. Yeah, I don't know. It was weird. When I seen that, first thing popped in my head was, did he just break my arm? Oh, I gotta knock his ass out. It wasn't no thinking, oh, the fight's over. None of that. It was that 9-1 flashed in my head. It was like, oh, hell no. So I tried to do what I could to get him out of there.
That's awesome, man. All right, you know, obviously that was a heated build-up, right? I mean, any regrets? You know, I know you guys respect afterwards, and you know, kind of, you know, hugged it out or whatever. But any regrets at like all the build-up and stuff before it?
No, because I think it made for a good show. People like the face-off. Like I even watched whenever I watched the face-off video, I'm like, oh shit. Cause like right there in the moment, I didn't feel the tension, but from that camera angle, like from you felt it, you know. And it was good. It was fun. You know, but yeah,
it was a good build up.
It was a good build up. But one thing though, like as far as the elbow goes, like earlier that day, I think it was earlier that day, my elbow was already kind of like feeling a little off. I had PT scheduled for my elbow, and then I overslept and missed my appointment. So I figured like I should be good. I guess. Make sure I don't oversleep my PT no more.
So, I mean, obviously, armbar defense is the lesson. But, I mean, any other that first loss, right? Like, not fun, but that's why they say you learn lessons, right? I mean, did you take anything out of that you're going to move forward with your career?
Yeah. Don't you can have the build-up. You can have all of that. But treat the fight as the fight. The fight is the fight. You know, don't be too irritable. Respect the fight. Respect the fight. Like it got so heated between me and Paul. Like, you know what I mean? I started losing respect for him. And in that sense, I just told this to DC. In that sense, I lost respect for what he was capable of doing. You know, I could have kept it standing. That second pull down, he didn't pull me down. I went down with him. You know, it was just like, all right, now what are you gonna do? You don't do that in a fight. It's not like, oh, this guy wants to punch me in the face. Hit me, bro. You're not gonna do that. You know, I shouldn't have did that. Yeah. I paid for it.
Good lesson. All right, so you get Jimmy Crute as the next opponent, right? Another highly talented guy, a lot of hype. So what did you think when this was named that they gave you to match up with?
I said, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Especially the fact he beat Paul Craig. You know what I mean? The fact that he beat Paul Craig, the fact that he submitted Paul Craig, that offers a lot to me, for me, as a test for me and to me. So, and I want that. I want that back.
Is it a bit of cruel matchmaking. You know, he had the weird injury with his foot as well. You had the weird injury with your elbow.
I think they set us up for the mean business. Yeah, I think they set us up for the mean business. Trust me, I done seen it all. The arm versus the leg. I think I seen a Thanksgiving Day meme. It was like somebody passed me a wing and somebody passed me something. I've seen all types of shit. Like the internet is undefeated for a reason. But yeah, definitely though. They definitely have to do us like that.
Talk about your preparation, man. Obviously, you had to get past the arm, but I know it seemed like you had some losses in your family and friends, that you had a foot injury. I mean, has this been a tough training camp for you?
It has. Yeah. Yeah, it's physically, emotionally. Yeah.
Was there ever any thought of not, of pulling out and just saying maybe this isn't the right time?
Nah, that's not an option for me. I got a family to feed. So. It is what it is. I gotta do what I gotta do, and I gotta do what I gotta do. But yeah, it's definitely been one of those emotionally type things, just one thing after another. But I'm here and I'm ready to go.
Nice. And last thing for me, I guess, with that said, what's the goal here, man? I mean, obviously you want to win, but do you feel like you gotta prove something or like get some of that hype back or anything like that, or is it just getting the W?
That was what I learned in my last fight. People keep asking me what I learned in my last fight. I have nothing to prove. I don't have to prove. I'm not obligated to show people this and that. The only thing I'm obligated to show is myself and what I can do. And if me being me ain't good enough, it is what the fuck it is.
No, man. I'm just curious, after the last fight, how exactly did the beef get squashed? How did it come that you guys started getting back on better terms and were able to talk it out?
Well, as far as that, with Paul Craig, honestly, I can say it happened with Paul being Paul. After the whole thing downstairs, the whole thing before when we got into it at the post thing, that was just me approaching you. Letting you know, like, hey, yo, you dealing with a real one. You know what I'm saying? Like all that other, which later turned out to be shit that he didn't even know was said. You know what I'm saying? Which, because I looked at it like, oh, he's commented on the post. This person said it, so he had to have saw it. And he just condoned it. Just mistakes on my part. But after, like, I'm watching his interviews, I'm like, damn, this is actually a good dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, by the time we were in the cage, we were standing in the cage, I'm standing across, I'm like, I really don't dislike this dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, all right, fuck it, we're all in on it now. You know what I'm saying? But after it still could have still been that way, but after he did he got up, he won, he took his lap, he took his victory lap, and he came up to me and he over in my ear, he said, hey, I don't know what was said, but I'm a good person. I respect you. I have nothing but love for you. You know what I mean? And he showed me the type of man that he was. So it was only right for me to show that same man in return, because that's truly how I like to be and how I feel people should interact with each other. So after that, I'm like, damn, all right, bro, appreciate you, respect. You know what I mean? I stood up, made sure I stood there while he got his hand raised, went back, handled what I needed to handle. So I got done, right, at the hospital. I'm like, all right, cool. We get there. They're like, oh, we're gonna put it back in place. We're gonna sedate you. So I got that or whatever. Look up. Coach tapped me like, hey, yo, we leaving. We out. So we leave. We go get in the car. Get back to the hotel. Pull up to the hotel. Paul Craig's the first person I see. Paul Craig's the first person I see whenever I pull up to the hotel. And he just walks up to me with a beer. Walks up to me with a beer, like, here. He's like, and that's when the racist comments or whatever that were said and things. He had no idea about those. Then I seen whenever he found out about it, whenever they said something, and it was like, oh shit. Like, from there we talked, chopped it up, let me buy you a beer. He told me I don't pay for beer, I don't pay for nothing. And he proceeded to get me drunk as hell the rest of the night. You know what I'm saying? So hey, we turned up, you know what I mean? It was fun. Paul got some moves too.
I was about to say, was that some moves?
He been working on the jiu-jitsu thing. He got a little, he can come to the barbecue. Damn.
Good stuff, man. Thank you.